Hello, hello, hello. What's going on out there, crypto world? Hope you're having an awesome day. It's a beautiful day down here in Austin, Tejas. This is No Noiz. I am Z-Rex. We're coming at you live, January 22nd, 2021. And we got some pretty good stuff to talk about today, wrapping up the week. We can do futures close on the CMEs for Bitcoins. Got some pretty decent movements today as well. BAT token finally getting a little love. Mana looking nice. So let's just jump right into it and talk about some charts. We got the market cap, but we're not going to look at coin checkups because they had a weird ass. That's not the right one either, because they had some weird blip in there with the 250 quadrillion print on there. Bad tick. I guess we can just go see if they fixed it. Let's go double check. They probably, oh, they did not. Or it's $1.37 quadrillion. If y'all didn't know, that happened a week ago apparently. All right, let's just go to this chart here on TradingView. You can just type in total and it'll give you that same chart, but you can put all your whatever you like to use, indicators, etc. on there. So nice pump action in money coming in after going right to this wick here at about 800 billion. That was a pretty violent sell-off yesterday. But this is a really good reaction from these levels. You can even see pretty much making even candle closes on the lower candle bodies right here from the last bigger sell-off that occurred, let's see, what is that, January 10th-ish. So pretty nice reaction by Mama Bear, that's for sure. Let's go straight over to Mama Bear. Here is Mama Bear coming right. I mean, this is pretty sexy candle right here. I do like this. It was looking real ugly for a hot minute. We did regain the exponential here real early this morning before markets opened up on this candle, and it had some pretty decent follow through. So kind of what we were looking for, possibly with the scenario of this getting to be a false breakdown from this triangle structure here, roughly. And so yeah, this is looking pretty good. This is the reaction that we want to see for bullish continuation. We still need to get out of the back above like this zone, which we are potentially going to do today. Let's see. Let's go to a daily. So the daily has a chance to definitely do so. Anything above this horizontal that was turning into resistance. But ultimately, it would be extra sexy to see it get above the 21 EMA, which is sitting at about 34,000. That would be a lovely spot there. But this is looking constructive for the medium term. I really like this price action going into the weekend. that is pretty damn sexy. Looks like we're about to close futures here in a second. Well, they technically close at 4 p.m. Central, but they go on a little bit of a break, and then they reopen at like 3:30 Central, and then have the last little 30 minutes of trading. But anyway, so Bitcoin CME futures are looking like they might actually close back above the 21. So that is nice. And the weekly closing even with this body, I guess that's okay. Weekly actually isn't really going to give us that much. 3-day. Let's see what the 3-day. The 3-day actually closes too at the end of the day here in about an hour. So that's interesting. Right here at that same support. This is a good bounce off of the short-term moving averages though. And I do like that on CMEs we're back above the 21 exponential. Let's see. Yep, same kind of candle. We got regain the exponential down here. Early mornings hours, about 5 a.m., 6 a.m., same as a spot, and that's getting continuation. So that's looking pretty damn good. And there were some altcoin moves that were pretty interesting, like BAT token. We'll go look at in a second. Like a lot of the patterns I've noticed were pretty aggressive buys on those dumps. So they were going pretty hard down, and then a couple of alerts I had triggered both sides, like to the bottom side of the range and the top side of the range, like within that like last night, which is pretty wild. But that's a good show of demand at these price levels. This candle right here is pretty sexy. It did end up going right to the 377 EMA, these dotted lines down here that we were kind of anticipating after this sell-off yesterday, and staying below this 32.7 area, 33,000 area. So this is pretty decent. This is kind of confirming that the low 30,000s, there's definitely some demand in that spot. You can see over here, a little blip to about like we just had the other day. So there is definitely some demand here. We don't want to hang out too much below this level, though. We really want to get back above the trend line. Let me redraw because I keep freaking. It would be really nice to get back above this, which is coinciding with this Mama too. We're not out of the woods yet, but this is the first part of price action we'd like to see for this to just have been a little liquidation break. There is no doubt about it that this candle yesterday is pretty damn ugly. But like I said, nothing happens, instantly. And so this is the first reaction we would like to see for the bulls to try to regain the momentum. Still got some work to do. We'll see what happens over the weekend. And getting, again, the longer term pivot point for bulls is really getting back above this candle here, this immediate dump candle, which is coinciding with the 10 simple at about 36, and ultimately above this one here at 37. And that would likely bring us into some new highs over the next month or two. All right, let's go see Ethereum. Ethereum, same kind of thing. Nice reaction off these lows. This is a really good candle, kind of doing the printing the same thing as Bitcoin, showing lots of demand here. And look at that, bouncing right off around the 1050 area. That was the big threshold that we've been mapping out for the downside. And we did not make lower low on a daily on this structure. So this is still constructive. On Ethereum, it makes it look a lot more like a quick little liquidation break. I mean, no doubt this is a big, rough candle, about 20% down. But yeah, clearing back over these highs at about, let's just round it to 13K. And what's a 618? This is about the same as these. So yeah, if we get the daily or even a medium-term time frame, above like 13, we'll probably have continuation. And Ethereum is a little bit lagging on regaining the exponentials on the lower time frames on RSI, but it has done it as of this candle, and it'll probably do it this candle too. There's only about an hour left, unless we just roll over it really hard, which if that does happen, that would not be sexy price action. Weekly, yeah, weekly looks better than Bitcoin. Ethereum just has a little bit of relative strength. Let's go to the Bitcoin pairing on Ethereum. Yeah, it just keeps showing relative strength. You even have a pretty aggressive trend line kind of popping up here averages opening up, all curling up. So, you know, Ethereum looks like it's going to be a little bit of a leader for a little bit longer. Let's go to, hey, what's up, Mr. Sam? How are you doing, buddy? Let's see here. Litecoin, Litecoin kind of looks shitty. Litecoin actually has been looking shitty the last week or two. Don't like that. It is still okay on the weekly, though, holding above this shorter term 10 simple, bouncing right off 120. That's pretty nice. I like that. But really, it's got a lot more work to do relative to Ethereum and Bitcoin. So Litecoin really needs to get back over this 155 area. Hey, what's up, Mr. Scott? Yeah, we'll go look at BSV here in a second. All right, so this is the ugliest candle on Litecoin. This guy right here, little shooting star, and ended up kind of giving us a little bit of clue that the market was weaker. I guess Charlie Lee is a oracle or something. But anyway, if we get back over this 155 area on a daily, preferably, let's see on the lower term time frames. Yeah, and I guess on the medium term too, if we got back about 153, 155 too, that would probably usher in a retest of at least somewhere in this wick here, maybe 10, 15 bucks higher, and probably continuation. But again, it does look like Mama Bear and Ethereum are the big dogs right now. So, but yeah, this looks nice for regaining some of the momentum, for not making lower lows here. I do like that. So Litecoin does have that going for it on the medium time frames, where you can see that Bitcoin has actually made lower closing lows on the medium. But it did get held up right back over here. So this candle right here is nice. It's just reaffirming that low 30Ks there is in high upper 20s. There's a lot of demand right there, which the chart's been showing us for a while. You know, you got the right here, look at this 55 exponential, almost to the dot it goes to and gets bought up. So we don't want this to roll over and stall out, though. If this RSI gets back below these exponentials here, kind of like just does this and then loses the momentum, I would start to be very cautious again for that test down to the mid 20,000 area, which is actually where the gap is on CMEs, right around here. So hey, if that gets filled faster, like over this weekend, that would actually be really good. That would be super sexy price action. The pros really aren't trading on the weekends. They like to go home and forget about the markets for a little bit, for a couple days. But and plus, CME is closed anyway until Sunday night. But MIR, yeah, we can go look at that, Nikki, here in a second. Let's see. But yeah, that would be real sexy price action if we saw a dump into the weekend right here. I would very much like that. I would definitely be a buyer on that, because we've never seen, since CMEs have started in 2017, we've never seen a counter trend move to the macro trend happen over a weekend. They always are fake outs and get bought back up. And I'm not going to go back through every single weekend on here, because obviously that would take way too damn long. But you can go back and check that for yourself. And if you find one, please send it to me and let me know, because sometimes you can mess up. But from what I've looked at in my analysis, I have not seen that. Let's go to Ripple. Oh, Ripple doing a little bit lower wick here last night, all the way down to 23 cents. That's not sexy at all. This candle, kind of weak-ass price action relative to the other ones. I don't really like this. We're back below these horizontals, and it's struggling to even stay above the daily 377. So this is a pretty ugly-looking chart. Anything below 28 cents, bleh. Oh, okay. Not great on Stellar either. Engulfing lots of this price action, just below all the closes. Not as ugly as Ripple. Has this nice buy, though. Looks like someone came in yesterday evening across the board, and the market was just getting bid up by a shit ton, so that's nice. All right, so XLM. Let's go to some of these coins before I forget to look at them. BSV, Mr. Scott. BSV. Wow, all the way back down to 180, testing the breakout zone of the trend line since back way over here. And early last year. Had a couple attempts to get over it. Right here, failed. Right here, failed. Finally did it. A retest on top of it, coinciding with the mama, which is this purple line. That's a Ehlers mama moving average. It's short for mother, I think mother of all moving averages. Anyway, that looks all right. If it loses this trend line again, though, that's going to get real ugly for BSV, and we'll probably go down to like 150 on these lows, and then we'll have to reassess. We don't even have momentum back yet. It's trying. It is trying, but there's not even any kind of divergence on this, so it's not really that sexy of a chart, except that it's bouncing off the trend line, which is coinciding with the purple average here. But you do have the slopes kind of on the daily starting to go down again on the moving averages, so that's not super sexy. It better hold 170. And if we get back above like 184, 190, as you can see, that seems to be hardcore resistance all the way back here and through all this. So at about 190, then we could probably get some continuation up to low twos, and then we'll have to just reassess from there. All right, let's go to MIR. Is that a stock or is that a crypto? I don't know, because it might be both. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, let me know if that's a ticker, Nikki, or if it's just if it's a stock, because there's both on there. We've got MedMira, and then there's Mirror Protocol. You're probably going for stock, I'm guessing. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna let you confirm that one. We'll just look at this real quick. Oh yeah, nice little pump yesterday. That's pretty cool. But yeah, let's make sure that's the one you're talking about before I dive into it. All right, let's go to traditional markets. They just are wrapping up the day. Kind of stalling out here. Didn't get any continuation. Let's zoom in a little. DeFi, Mirror Protocol. Okay, cool. Well, let's go over there real quick before then I jump into that. So Mirror Protocol, wow, only on Uniswap and KuCoin, huh? Well, let's go to KuCoin. Let's see what they got. Oh, no data. Yeah, you can't really do much with that. That's not really enough data to do anything with. Let's maybe see if Uniswap has some more data on it. Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay, cool. We might be able to do... yeah, this is kind of hard. It looks pretty illiquid by the candle formations. Yeah, I can't really get that much off of this. I mean, you had lots of basing here and a nice kind of saucer pattern. Once it broke these attempted pumps that happened a bunch of times at about $1.73, it was off to the races. But right now it's just in like blue sky, so it's going to be bullish until it isn't. And it's pretty far away from the short-term moving averages. Oh, I guess it's only 7-8% or whatever. So that's not too bad. But on this, a good way to kind of look at blue sky breakouts is look back like on a higher time frame. Let's say on the daily. And look back at like the previous, like the third candle back and see kind of where that's at. Because it's just going to be bullish until it's not. I mean, look, you don't even have a 55 EMA to be able to plot on this, so TA is a little bit harder on stuff like this. So even on the daily, maybe we'll just keep it on the medium time frames. But as long as it's holding this 10 simple, I wouldn't have any reason to think this won't have continuation on it. You are starting to lose a little bit of momentum here. Doesn't mean that it's just going to fall out of bed, but it is noteworthy. Bulls are super strong, though. Oh, wow, 75. On DMI, that is incredibly high. So that's a little bit concerning. Usually stuff cools off and consolidates a little bit there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this kind of range between like $3 and like $2.50 for a second while the market digests that move. But yeah, big pump though, for sure. Don't know anything about it. All right, let's go to ES. Continue on. ES looks kind of shitty. This isn't really good. Neutral in the medium time frames, kind of giving it up here. Is that towards the end of the day? Yeah, giving it up here towards the end of the day. Daily is about to close. Yeah, I mean, it's not really bearish though either. Again, we just have this super neutral read. We were talking about this yesterday. It's just very awkward price action against the median, like the daily oscillators. This is just super odd for it to just kind of rally up, and we're not even getting over 70 on this, which is just super odd. I don't know if I've seen that on a major index like S&P before, but it does look like, let me see, it does look like there's a little kind of resistance here, a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of a resistance popping up. So this isn't looking great, because you see even on this rally, we struggled to get back over the exponential the RSI did. So just kind of looks more like of a relief bounce. But that's on low time frames. Really, the daily is still the same as yesterday. As long as we're holding 3,800, nothing to be too worried about. Let's go to NASDAQ. Tech stocks been pumping a little bit. Although today, kind of just, what a boring ass Friday. I mean, this is, what is this, damn 0.5% range. Not much you can do with that. The weekly, though, does look good, and it's fair to assume that we'll probably stay up here on futures for the weekly. Even though they do have an hour, like something like NDX is already closed for the day at 3:15, so that's already printed. So that's a pretty damn sexy weekly candle for sure. And if we close, man, we got that resistance though right here at the horizontal. So, and it's not giving us a lot of conviction over that. So next week be a little bit better. See if we can kind of hold up on there. And yeah, see, momentum has been lost on the lower time frames as of today, late or early in the morning today. So yeah, just kind of digesting these insano moves. Let's go to Dow. Dow's not liking the party. That's interesting. Starting to get a little bit of wishy-washiness. On the daily, though, it looks kind of the same. You still have that same weird pattern here of the just flat-ass neutral RSI, and it even is showing up on the DMI. So this is just a weird market right here. It's just like individual stocks are just really pumping, but the indices are mostly just like barely floating up, because you have stuff like GameStop. I mean, like, look at this shit. Like, what is this? GameStop is just like, what? Like, okay, sure, why not? Let's go up 340% to the peak in 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I mean, this shit has just been ripping face. From $3 up to here, it's like 2,000% gain just since the Corona crash. Not even like that far back, just since like the summer. Pretty wild. It's like tech bubble 2.0. It's just gonna shit's just gonna pump some more until it don't. It's a really crazy environment we're in. Let's go to Russell, see if it was pumping. Oh, gotta type it in right. Oh, Russell did pumped it up good last little minute. So it's coming back to show its strength. It says, hey, I'm the leader in this market, don't forget, which is funny because it's small caps. I mean, look at this weekly. It's just bullish as hell until it's not. And really, anything staying above all this business at 2,100, nothing to really be super bearish about it. It still does exhibit this weird just sidewaysness on the RSI while we just float. But that just proves kind of more that RSI, when it's over 70, doesn't mean overbought. Like, it puts a wrong connotation on it, I believe, because overbought implies like it's due for selling off or even sideways. But you can see on all these markets, it's been quote unquote overbought, and it's just drifting up. Like, what is it back here? And we're just up another 26% over the last 2 months on Russell, which is absolute insane, because 25% versus 6 to 8% on the other indices. Russell's just been ripping face. And that's not surprising. It did that in a lot of the other bubbles too. It just starts getting real frothy. Russell will probably be the first one to give us a warning sign too at some point in the future. I don't know when that will be, but at some point stocks will correct, and I bet Russell will give us the first signal on that with a big down weekly candle of some sort. Timing on that, hell if I know. Nobody knows that shit. But will we just be looking for something like this one, or something like this, something that just like cuts through a lot of the moving averages, at least like the medium term ones, the 10 and the 21, and then which, goddamn, if we think about that, this is like Bitcoin, 15% away just to the 21 weekly. That is super far away. So do be cautious about that. But hey, it's up until it ain't. Blue sky breakouts. That's how they kind of work. It's a bull market till it is not. Gold still trying to struggle here in this consolidation zone. Getting bid up, though, in this what appears to be some good demand in the mid 1800s, mid to low 1800s. Kind of getting rejected, though. Would have liked to see this stay above 1860 for bulls on that. So that's not super sexy. And we are starting to get all these to curl back down. But it's real neutral, though, overall, which is kind of... I'm still just keeping on my strangle or my iron condor right now on GLD, just kind of playing sideways action on this. And if you don't know what an iron condor is, it's pretty much wrapping price in an air. Like, you pretty much sell both sides, like you're right here and kind of like right here. And as long as it stays in between here, then you'll make money over time with time decay. Now, that's too much to go into. That probably sounds French to some people, but yeah, options. We'll talk about options more on this show at a later point in the future. But yeah, it's just a neutral strategy to take advantage of range-bound markets. And so I'm just going to keep that on until I see this thing break definitively above like 1890 on a daily or close below all this price structure. And ultimately, I'd like to see it break this trend line right here to get out of that trade. Silver. Oil barrels, Dixie, yeah, we're coming up on those. XOM, yeah, we can look at those for sure. Let's do silver. Almost looks exactly like gold. Weekly looks okay. Y'all know I love silver. I love the monthly chart on silver. What is the monthly got? 7 more days. I'd really like to see this monthly get back above this horizontal. That would be super sexy. We'll see if that happens. We have next week to do that for silver. But I don't have any issues with silver as long as we're staying above the 20 on a weekly, probably about like 23-ish bucks, 23 handle. Then it's all good in the hood. Let's go to oil. We'll start just with regular oil. Kind of rolling over a little bit. Losing momentum. It looks like it lost the momentum on the daily actually a couple of days ago. Before even crossing below the 10 simple cyan, which is kind of rare. Usually that won't happen until you get price under here. So RSI being a little bit of a leader there. How about DMI? Yeah, DMI. You got bears coming up trying to get into the weak zone, and bulls are now in the neutral zone. So that's an interesting setup for oil. Yeah, resistance on the weekly 200, and right above that is also the 377, all in the mid 50s. So there's a lot of supply right there according to the chart, but anything above like 50 bucks though on oil still looks good. XOM, I do see some type of trend line ish here. Nah, that's kind of ugly. Don't want to draw that. Never mind. You got some kind of Adam and Eve type bottom formation right here. So that's kind of interesting. And maybe I'll draw this out because people are probably, what are you talking about? So you got the Adam and the Eve, right? Boom. So you've got that going on. That's a good basing pattern, but it does need to get back above these highs, about $55 roughly. But this is pretty constructive on XOM. Let's zoom in on the daily. Yep, short-term resistance here on the 377, which is also coinciding with this topping doji candle here. So anything over 55 in XOM will probably come test this long-term trend line. If we zoom out, that thing goes all the way back to June 14. And if you don't know about 14, that's when the whole oil market really actually started blowing up. Well before oil went negative $40 or whatever. Almost every single oil stock, that was like the end of the fracking boom and all that, and all the super money being pumped into it. Most energy companies have been shit since then. But hey, that could be turning around here. I don't know. They're trying to destroy the pipeline thing, the Keystone deal, and I'm apolitical. That doesn't matter to me. But as far as like why or who's doing it, but it's happening, and so that's probably going to take some potential cheap energy for us off the market, and maybe oil starts getting a nice little rally. And as long as crude is holding above 50, that seems to be kind of the case here. And this chart, as I was saying, you got this Adam Eve, nice basing. We're above the weekly 55 EMA, so this is looking pretty sexy. I do like this. Anything staying above 44 bucks, and you're good to go on the weekly. On the daily, it's about the same too. So 44, $42. Yep, pretty nice chart there. Let's see, what else did you put? BBLS. Petrolia, huh? Oh God, I do not like this chart. This looks like dog shit. Yeah, I wouldn't trade this, but what do I know? I don't like this at all. This is some super illiquid, junky. This looks like a shit coin, pretty much. Let me put log on, see if we can kind of. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. This looks like a pretty bunk ass company. I wouldn't touch this at all. I don't like any of this. BBLS, I got the right one. Yeah, no, don't like it at all. There's a lot of other probably better energy plays. Oh, you just mean oil barrels. Gotcha. Okay, well, let me get this shit off my damn chart then, because we don't want to look at that. Yeah, there's all kinds of energy stocks that are way better than that. I can scan through here. This is a big ass list that I have made with just some of the bigger energy stocks you can check out. Oxy, I mean, there's a lot of them are rallying pretty hard too, like XOM. So I would imagine these will rally more as long as energy stays, or as long as oil stays above that $50 area. The Fangs. Oh, you love the Fangs? We can go to the Fangs. What do I think I have those labeled something else. I think I have them labeled the market. All right. Facebook getting resistance on this area. Nice bounce, though, off of there. Let's see what that weekly looks like. Yeah, that's a pretty good reaction off those lows. Facebook's actually going to do their... I think the Libra coin or something is coming back soon. Or no, it's called Diem now. It's not called Libra anymore. But... yeah, you don't want this to just resist here and go back down, because you do have this descending triangle type formation kind of popping off. So, and you get this rejection right at the daily mama today. So, but if it clears this and definitely horizontal at like 290, then it'll probably be all right. But if this keeps squeezing out into this triangle formation, like a measured move on this guy would probably be down to shit, like 190 bucks roughly, which is coinciding with, look at that, all of this business right here. So that becomes real likely if we get a daily close below 244. On that note, let me go ahead and make a alert, and I'm actually going to put an alert on this trend line too. It's really easy to do. You just right click it, put add alert, boom, only one at once. We don't need to be pinged every time it crosses it. So yeah, that's an interesting kind of posturing there, breaking up to this side, probably get continuation, stalls out, we'll probably roll back over, and Facebook better not break 240-ish. It's going to look real bad. Google breaking out. Oh, wow, look at that. Finally, after this massive consolidation here for, since what is that? Early November, so almost 3 months, just kind of flagging out. And a flag, you can measure that real easy by the post, about right there. And so this might be having a target around 2,100 bucks. This is a pretty good looking chart. So anything above kind of this gap, 1820, not too shabby. And there's lots of gaps too. Like, oh, what about a gap? It's going to get filled. Well, yeah, maybe, but we don't know when that's going to happen. Look at this gap and this gap, I mean, they haven't been filled yet. So just timing is almost impossible to do on markets. Don't forget that. But yeah, probabilities is the game. 1820 and above that, it's good. Party on. Amazon, kind of fugly chart here. Real tight kind of triangle type pattern here. Let's see. Let me draw that up real quick. Badow. And then we got like Badow. Kind of breaking out of it, but it's real sloppy. Yeah, that's kind of surprising. Amazon's not catching up. Stalling out right here at all these local highs with this doji, this rejection, this consolidation before a little blow off and a sell off, and also where this gap is. Yeah, so there's a lot of resistance right here at about 3,400. Jesus. Holy crap. 3,400 on Amazon. Remember not that long ago. Yeah, look at that. Just back here. 2017. Sub 1,000. So crazy. Tech 2.0, baby. Let's get it in. Netflix popping real hard on amazing earnings, I guess, even though they missed by 12%. That's because they raised prices again after just raising prices back in like October, November. So I guess they're just going to raise prices every quarter pretty much. And maybe Netflix will be like $80 a month. So much for saving money by ditching cable or whatever the shit that marketing was. Weekly close right underneath this open though, so not super great. Really, just still staying in the range. Didn't even break out or do anything sexy besides just pumping real hard on something that wasn't really that cool. Oh wow, we raised it $2, and you can see the market was finding that not that cool either. Yeah, it popped, but it was like if it was real cool and awesome and perceived well by everybody, we would have been closing up at the upper end of this range, which we did not. And look at this consolidation all the way back to the summer in June. I mean, this is like, what is that? 190 days in a 15% range in this market is insane relative when things are going up 100% in a day, like GME, and Netflix is just bleh, being boring. So that's kind of weird. Delete that line real quick. Let's see. What do you got? Unlove HMMJ. Oh, okay. You go to the weed stocks, Nikki. We can look at some HMMJ. Oh, actually, let's finish up the fangs. Apple. It's all right. Apple looks a little bit better because it's above this area, above 125. Apple's all right on there. Tesla never goes down. Don't worry about it. Just always buy out of the money calls forever and just go all in with every dollar you have. Mortgage your house. You already know. That's what you do, okay? Of course, do not do that. Plus, this isn't financial advice. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me. All right. Yeah, I don't even want to look at Tesla. Whatever. Let's just get off of Tesla. It's just up until it's not. It's super blue sky mode. All right, HMMJ, the good old ETF for the weed mans. Oh, look at that. Pumping real good. Although this week, not so much. What is this? Little stally action? Yeah, I don't really like that. Let's see. The daily is a funky chart. Let's maybe do like a 3-day. Yeah, kind of like the 3-day better. We can probably do 2-day. Yeah, there we go. 2-day is a nice one. 2-day. Yeah, this still looks okay. I like the average is pointing up. We do have some pretty good overhead resistance right at about $12-13 though. Don't even have the long term on the weekly. Oh yeah, because this only came out in 17. I forgot it's fairly new. Oh, look at that. It's right around the IPO price. So that's interesting. So as long as it holds kind of this consolidation, which is kind of agreeing with this breakout area, about $9, this actually looks pretty good. And I'm pretty bullish on certain weed stocks because there's going to be the Mexico ruling in April. Picked a great month to extend that to, right? Maybe they'll announce it on like 420. That'd be pretty funny. But in April, they're going to be talking about possibly Mexico going full legal. And that would be huge news for weed stocks for sure. And some of them are already probably pumping on that news. Like if we look at this big watch list I got, you can see a bunch of these died. These are all from like way back in 2014. 15 when I made this list and kept adding to it, but a bunch of shit just completely fell out. But yeah, you can see some of these are starting to like have some really nice basing patterns. Yeah, even GW Pharma. Let's zoom out on a weekly. Yeah, it has a pretty nice thing, making higher highs, higher lows. This is looking pretty good. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a good sell the news type event, like whenever that finally does come out. And that's probably what a lot of these moves are the last couple weeks on weed stocks from. But yeah, Tilray looks good too. That's a pretty big one, pretty liquid with options too. As long as it's above $14, it's looking like a pretty nice chart. And what's the other? You're welcome, Nikki. Not a problem. What's the other big ETF? Is it MJ? Yeah, there it is. MJ. So MJ is the other large. That one and HMMJ are the big, probably the bigger ETFs, the more liquid ones. Ooh, let's go 2-day. Kind of exactly like HMMJ. Let's see where it IPO'd though. Oh, but it's not close to its IPO yet though. About 24 bucks. Be probably real surprised if we didn't go up there and at least tag it, and then go from there. Weekly though, doesn't have enough population. Yeah, this looks great. Just staying above 21. I like it for continuation. Again, like I was just discussing, I do think that that anticipation building and the excitement from Mexico's ruling, and also there is in the background too Biden administration talking about doing weed stuff, but I don't know if I believe that. Neither him or Kamala have been very nice to drug people over their tenures as politicians. So they can talk all they want. What's the saying? How do you know when a politician's lying? When their lips are moving. All right, Sinopec. SHI. All right, we can go do some SHI. But damn. Alrighty, what is this? Shanghai Petrochemical Co. Class H. Blah, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of freaking letters in there. I don't know anything about this. Wow, it's got a lot of data though. Let's go out to a monthly. Shit. Pretty volatile ass stock. Jesus. I mean, this looks all right, I guess. You've got the weekly RSI regaining the exponentials down here back in November, so that's nice. But you don't have... Actually, let me draw the horizontals. Let me see. Maybe I'm... Oh, yep. I'm jumping the gun a little bit. All right, and you do have the bears getting pushed into the neutral zone while the bulls are getting into the power zone on DMI, so this doesn't look terrible. Maybe... If it was me, I wouldn't like longs here, just because it's bumping up against the mama in this. Being patient on this one will probably pay off for like a better entry, because you do have pretty massive support at about 21 bucks printed right now. So staying above 21 bucks, I like it, and really getting above this 55 and some of this business here at about 25 bucks. Let's see if we look left, see if we got any. Yeah, there's a lot of supply right there. You can see much business all around this at about 25 bucks. So let's be a little bit conservative and say getting a daily over 26 that would start to look pretty damn sexy. What's up, Mr. Joshua? China State Oil Company. Oh, okay. TWN and TWSE, huh? Let's see what this is. Oh, Taiwan Fund. Okay. Lots of data. Goes back to 87. Wow. All right. All the way back to 87, the year of the super crash, the one-day super flash crash, 20.5%. Kind of got a pretty good basing pattern here. Chart's a little sloppy. Yeah, I don't like this RSI. I don't like this on the weekly. This kind of little sloppy strugglingness. That's not my favorite look. This is an interesting chart though. I guess above 25 bucks it looks okay. You've got a lot of business to the left of there. Let's look at a monthly because there's a lot of data. Yeah, 25 bucks looks to be kind of the floor right now for that. If it loses $25, it's probably going to get pretty aggressive. Maybe it stops and gets a bid at like 22-ish, 22 handle. But 25, I would consider this probably rally paused for a little bit, and then we'll have to just reassess after that. TWSE. Looks like I don't have TWSE. Yeah, I don't got that one on TradingView. Maybe there's a different ticker for that. TWSE, TW50, the Taiwanese FTSE. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that one anywhere. Maybe there's a different one you can list on there. Tell me what the name of the company is. Sometimes TradingView has different tickers for stuff. So, but yeah, the weed companies. I do have some that I think I made. It's a really tiny list. Yeah, it's only 3 that I've found that have more exposure to Mexico than other ones. But hey, See, this looks super sexy. Nice consolidation over the 200, bouncing off. Now the floor on this is about 29 bucks. Definitely like this chart. MJNA looks pretty good too. Finishing out the week nice, closing above all this. This is looking pretty sexy as well. As long as we stay above about 2.5 cents, I like that one too. And then the other one that potentially has exposure to the Mexican market is the Green Organic Dutchman. What a name, huh? Chart's really ugly. This one's all these are super high risk, except Canopy's probably I mean, they're all high risk, but you know, it's at least it's not like penny stock. It's 33 something bucks, so those actually have decent options on them too, so you can mitigate risk that way. But these ones don't. MJ, NA, and the Green Organic Dutch Green Thumb, man. Yeah, this is but this is still looking good. We got all the way back here, maintaining weekly RSI strength. And look at this too, guys. On this weekly close, the bears are getting pushed into the weak zone. So that is actually pretty damn sexy. That's exactly what you want to see for some big pops. Anything clearing this area here, these highs at about 33 cents, probably gets us to this horizontal, which goes here at about 40-ish cents, low 40 handle. And if we start closing above this trend line pretty much since its existence back in May of 18, that's going to open up the door for, let's see, a 618 retracement. And go ahead and mark that. Roughly about there, which is also where these lines are and where the breakdown occurred before it went into the abyss of a 90% drop. But yeah, if we can clear these lines in that 55, about 50 cents currently, you know, as time goes by, that'll lower the price. But right now it's at about 50 cents, 45, 50 cents. That opens up a door to a pretty decent run on this guy. So that's one that I'm definitely watching real closely. Alrighty, let's see what else we want to talk about. Did I finish all the? I feel like I missed. Oh yeah, I missed VIX. VIX still just chilling, just going real sideways, staying in the support box here in the low 20s. Nothing really new on that. VVIX, let's see on that one. Same kind of thing. Nothing really to get out of that yet. It did have a nice little structure back here of a possible pop, but it's giving all that up and just finding support in its areas. So nothing really being very much clue. Oh yeah, thank you, Scott, for reminding me of that. Let's go Dixie. Dixie finding a little bit of support today. That's what I was forgetting. You demand, sir. Let's see. Dixie getting a little support off of this and rejecting going into the neutral zone today on RSI and DMI. Or not DMI, I'm sorry. Exponentials on the RSI. DMI looks still neutral. Yep, still neutral. So that's interesting for Dixie. Dixie maintaining structure here and holding this 89.90 level. And if it pushes and breaks this line, man, it's going to get brutal for probably gold, Bitcoin, and some other things. Although correlations are never 100%, but, you know, kind of got to work with what we got at the moment. So I'm definitely, we need to be watching this chart a lot and see if this gets some further continuation to the upside, or if it just continues its death spiral into oblivion and goes down. Man, what's even like a low to this? All the way, there's so much. Look at all this support right here. I'm just going to draw a horizontal so you can see it a little bit better. Look at this support going all the way back, almost so much business back to 2004. And even like a lot of pivot points off of like resistance right here back in 96. So this is a real deep demand zone. So if we ever lose that though and get below this like 87 area, 87.5, it's going to look real ugly, and we'll probably go test down into here. Because overall though, we are in this big ass channel too. So on the Dixie monthly chart. And generally falling channels like this are bullish. So God, geez, if this ever broke out to the upside, I didn't even know what would be going on in the world with the money printing and shit. Stuff already doesn't really make sense with that anyway, but hey, clown world, right? TNX. Oh, yep, kind of just basing like the dollar too. This is another one to watch. This will go up with strength in the dollar. Short-term 10-year yields right here. It is losing the exponential though today, so that's noteworthy. But still remaining king on the DMI, which I don't have horizontals on. What's up with that? Yeah, wow, DMI been in the power zone. Look at this. DMI ain't getting faked out on TNX. All these damn three-letter things are confusing my brain here. Look at this. All the way back to here, it's just been in the power zone. And the bears tried to get in there with it with quick rejections every time, just ramping up. Yeah, DMI is definitely one of my favorite indicators. All right, let's see. What else we got over here? CEIX. What is that? Console Energy. Oh, looks like it has kind of that Adam and Eve type. Yeah, it does. Kind of Adam and Eve bottom structure that we saw on XLM earlier. Pretty ugly ass chart though overall. You got 618s around here, and we're right at the 382 right now. So maybe a little bit of sideways here while it kind of digests, breaking out possibly into an uptrend. But, oh man, right underneath this wick. It would have been real nice if this weekly would have closed above this wick here. Yeah, so it's okay. It looks all right as long as it holds like $8. But that would have been a lot more sexy if we would have closed above there. Daily, kind of struggling with the 377. So next week, we'll probably have a lot better feel for this because it's just now getting up to these ranges the last week. But I guess to be fair, this was last week that it tested it, and we did have the consolidation staying above the 55, so that's okay. Holding that $8 low will be is pretty nice for this in continuation with the target around $13, probably 13 to $16 around this zone here before it really broke down would probably be my target. But we really got to get over this wick here at about $9.95, so just call it $10. We'd really like to see a daily close over 10. You can see this daily doji right here stalled out right at that level too, so kind of confirming there's a lot of overhead supply in that zone. But yeah, that's it. I think this is a better one to range. Maybe scoopy down to 8, and you could just range trade this guy out. I don't know what I'm talking about though, so don't listen to me. As soon as it breaks 10 though, bam, I would be targeting at least to this wick here at about $11 over here, and then probably beyond that into this business like we just spoke about. All right, Dixie, we already did that. NCF1 exclamation point. NCF1 exclamation point. Oh, we're on some coal futures, huh? You're out there trading some coal? All right. Ew. Oh, God, what is the market on this? This looks like it doesn't trade at all. What is this? That is an ugly chart. Let me go to that other one. Oops, did I not do that right? Oops, yeah. Maybe I could learn how to type here the right way. Just making up my own symbols. NCF. Maybe we'll do these futures on the ice. This is super liquid, it looks like. Let's go to a weekly. I don't really like charts like this. It's like that other one we just looked at. But, I mean, to be fair, it does look like it's respecting just general TA fairly well. You can see here, getting the opening on the medium time frame averages has been governing the downward price action pretty much this whole time. And now we did flip over here at about 56. There's a lot of we're right in this resistance zone and kind of flipping on support. You can see it went past it, came down to it, trying to go past it again. Kind of a ugly chart. Yeah, there's a lot of overhead resistance here at about $90 on this chart. Low 90s. So, but this is a good run, and you can see even on the weekly RSI, it's stalling out a little bit. How about DMI? Let's go down there. Oh gosh, and you've got the, oh yeah, see, look at this, 72 on this guy. Although when you have stuff that's not as liquid like this, it can go up there a little bit easier, but still 70 is an extreme ass reading. And just for shits and giggles, the last time we were up this high was here and here, to be fair, before it did an insane another 70% move. And then here, which was a top right there. And this one, which was a little bit of a local top. It fell a little bit from there, but it ended up finding basing out and running again. So yeah, I mean, this isn't pretty much bearish until it gets back below like 75 bucks on this. If you held a gun to my head and said you got to trade only this one, that's how I would kind of be looking at it. Newcastle coal futures. Okay, that's the one we switched to. All right, cool. That is the dealio there. Let's see. What else do we want to look at? Anything that's cool over here? XTZ. Whoa, Tezos. People care about Tezos still? Let's go look at that real quick. Ooh, I like that. On the 2-day, that's pretty sexy. Yeah, okay. This is actually a pretty good looking chart here. Pretty easy spot to manage some risk. Man, yesterday, that was a real good location for long reentries. But still, though, you mean even here, 20% down, the risk to reward on this is probably pretty decent. Oh, that's not the right tool. Hold up. Let's get a little fib action going. Stalling right at the 618. I thought it was going to be a little bit higher, but yeah, breaking above 320 probably gets us pretty easily to 375, 380, and then maybe you have to reassess there. But I do like the EMAs in this structure right here, and especially this candle from yesterday, just getting completely engulfed. The buyers just shut off the sellers immediately and said, no, not today. You ain't winning, Mr. Bear. And so that's good. There has been actually a lot of cryptos that were like that. Oh, yeah, we were going to look at BAT because BAT's showing the same thing like this. Look at this. Boom. Sell off right to the 200 daily, 55 daily exponential. And then today, shut off all the sellers immediately. And this is a real sexy candle on the daily there for BAT token. Nice taking off. Hell, maybe get up here and test the 40-cent area this weekend, possibly. I think that's definitely in the cards. You're very welcome, Nikki. Not a problem. Let's go BAT USD on a different, because we need some more history. Let's go to the good old Bittrex. Yeah, so lots of overhead resistance at 44 cents, it looks like, on BAT. But, man, if we ever broke 44 cents, we get into blue sky mode, this thing, hell, who knows where it could go. Well, you can give some kind of an idea, though, by doing some fib extensions. 1618 is all the way up at 73 cents. So that probably stalling in between the 727 and the 414 right here first. But those usually aren't, like when you get blue skies, it usually likes to just go to the 1618 first. And gosh, you know, I mean, this is outrageous up here in $7-8 land. But hey, don't forget, this is the tech bubble 2.0, and there's this stock that we talked about earlier. Oh, what? GME? What? Okay, let's just go up 82% on the day. Sure. And it's no crypto thing. This thing, they actually have businesses and filed taxes and all that crap. So it's total irrational exuberance land at the moment, that's for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to go to Bitcoin. I'm going to wrap it up. Get ready for work. Slang some pizza pies. Bitcoin, this looks pretty good. Let's get this daily to close back above that threshold that we mapped out over the last day or two at 32.7. Looks all right as long as the RSI stays above the exponentials. I don't have any reason to think this won't get some continuation. And on the weekly is whatever, nothing really that strong. The one thing that does suck still is the daily. So the daily DMI on the above the threshold, the bears are in the power zone, and the bulls are about to get pushed into the weak zone. So that's probably the worst part of the chart on Bitcoin right now, which is coinciding stalling underneath the 21 MA. So if we can stay in this range here, that would also be bullish as well. Also, obviously closing above these lower term time frames. Let's say this exponential in business over here at about 35 probably ushers in a pop over here into the trend line and mama, and then we'll have to reassess. But as soon as we lose, or if we do lose the exponentials on RSI, and maybe just get back below this horizontal at like 32K. 32K has definitely been a pivot. Then I would be a little skeptical of a further upside on this guy. Joshua Johnson wants Doge. The Doge. Much analysis. Wow. ETH. I just wanted to look at ETH real quick because it is kind of leading the market. Look at this, not below the 21, about to close above the 10. It is rough on the RSI and the exponentials, but we are neutral on the DMI, so a little bit better posturing. Maybe watching Ethereum might give some clues. If Ethereum gets back over 1,300, the crypto market likely will continue to the upside. And given that a lot of these coins had some really nice bounces and kind of fake outs with engulfing candles following them, I do like that for a little bit of upside hopium, if you will. But I'm not married to that idea. I'm very, very well prepared to let go of crypto longs if we get back below 31, 32K on a medium time frame. Let's finish up with much wow awesomeness. Alrighty, and go to a daily. This looks like one of those shitty ass charts, just ting ting ting, ping ponging everywhere. But it's Doge. Look at this consolidation. Actually, this is a pretty decent looking chart for continuation to the upside. As long as we just keep holding these levels in the low 20s. Let's go weekly. Yeah, weekly still looks pretty good. Wait, this chart sucks. We got to go to a Bittrex. You know where the real Doge chart is. There we go. Yeah, this actually looks really good on the weekly. Look at this. Bears are they're in the forgotten zone right now on a weekly time frame. So that's pretty awesome for bulls, and they're comfortably up here in the power zone. You can see last time they got up here to the 50 on this super mega pump. What was that? 113% up to 60 sats. I do like this chart though on the Doge. This is much support here. So if we just clear 28 bucks on a, let's see, medium time frame, that'll do it. God, I hate looking at Doge on the medium time frames. There is some low volatility flashes though up here on the medium term time frames, so that's signaling that a move is likely around the corner. Last time we saw those were around here at 26 cents, and to be fair, it did roll over. The thing with the flashes is it does not give you any indication of direction. The last one you have here, oh, actually there's one right here, just a little baby right before this mega pump. And then there's a little one here that didn't actually produce anything for a whole month and a half. So that's pretty rare. And here's a little one that did a little 4 or 5 sat pump back in March, Corona times. But overall, looking pretty good on Doge. We just got to really hold the low 20 sats. Really just kind of staying above the 21 exponential too. But this curling over, you can see we got daily 377, daily 200 SMA. All of them are starting to curl up to medium. You have this mama saying also momentum is favored to the upside. I don't hate it. I'm definitely long some Doge. So let's moon it up, boys. Get it in. Go to TikTok stream gone. I remember they tried to do. I think that's what this pump was. It was TikTok pump. I believe. I'm trying to, if I recall correctly, maybe not. But I know one of these pumps was like, oh, TikTok, if everybody buys X amount of Doge, it'll send it to $1. I bet y'all love TikTok if that happens, right? Hey, whatever. They're all the same. Social media. But yeah, this is good. Usually you got a little hook and go type pattern. A lot of times you'll see these kind of go up, do the consolidation, make this kind of like U. That would be real sexy if this starts to happen. And then once it breaks the top of that, you can do a measured move from this guy and just put it on top. And a measured move on this formation, if it does play out, is up at around 50 sats. So there you go. Howling to the moon, boy. I like it. I need to get some little Doge soundboards or something. I'm kind of working on that right now, doing some soundboard stuff to add just some funness to the stream. But with due time, just gotta learn how to set all that up and the best ways to do it and all that fun stuff. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all lending your ears and spending your time with me. It's awesome. I can't believe I already did over an hour on this one. That seems to be really easy to do, but that's all good in the hood. I don't mind it. I love doing these things. So y'all have an awesome weekend. Hopefully we're doing our Doge meetup next week on Thursday for you local dudes that might be in here. If not, I'm sure we'll bump into each other some other day. But awesome, guys. Much love. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all tomorrow on the stream. Live when we do that, probably midday or so. And until then, much love. Have a great evening, and I'll see y'all then. Peace.